What's up, guys? I was watching back this this video. I just released this today, actually. This Venom PMA video. I was watching it back. I watch back some of my videos sometimes to see if there's anything different about the video I could have made or anything like that. But I hadn't watched back this replay. I just did a live recording and then didn't go look at it again. So I was watching back this replay. I actually noticed. I think I should have played a lot differently in hindsight, and this was not on my radar at all during the game, which is why I didn't do it, obviously. But I'm just gonna walk you through kind of what I was thinking about and how I think I could have played this game differently. And I'm not saying we definitely would have won if I played this way, but just based on the lineups is gonna be pretty advanced. So we take this tower here, and my thought process here, I TP'd mid. I'm I want to defend my mid tower. In my mind, Veno is kind of a tower defending hero. He makes it really hard for the opponent to take towers, which is true. But I'm not 100% sure, actually, this game, that this was the most effective use of my time. So if you look at our lineup, what I'm going to be talking about is a lot to do with our lineup. We're super greedy. TA and Alk. And an Enigma support. Super, super greedy lineup. So my heroes, so what ends up happening in this game is I basically sit mid for almost the rest of this game, and I'm defending, right? And that's something this hero does. But the problem is that TA and Alk don't have safe places to farm as a result of this, because nobody on our team splits the map and farm side lanes well. Enigma doesn't really do that well, not as a support at least. Alk and TA don't really want to do that. They're pretty vulnerable. Pudge does not do that. My hero doesn't really do it either. But I kind of can. I can sort of keep myself safe with the Plague Wards. So my conception here that I'm realizing after the fact is that I should not have just been sitting mid, because what happens if you see my Alk's being chased on the side, my TA's jungling, there's not enough space if one of them's not being able to sit mid. So what I should have done, instead of it's not that it's not important for a mid tower to be defended, right? Keeping that tower alive does in a sense to delay the game, but I should have let my Tia or my Alk kind of clean that up and keep it TP. And I really think that I probably should have just been running down one of the side lanes like a maniac this game. And would I have died multiple times? Probably, right? They have a monkey, they have a hoodwink, almost kind of a feeder playstyle. And it occurred to me that I've seen Zai do this, or maybe somebody made a video about the way Zai plays in offlane. But if he's having, I think BSJ made a video about this. It was when Spirit Breaker was meta and Zai was having a really tough game as Spirit Breaker offlane, and the guy just ran down side lanes like a maniac, shoving them out, and it just makes a bunch of space for your team. So CTA is dying up in the top jungle, and what I'm saying is I would probably die doing it, but I need to be doing what TA's doing so that TA has safer space to farm and make space in that way. And is Veno the perfect hero to be doing this? No. I actually had last pick in this draft, if I remember correctly. So what I should have actually done is I should have noted that was a weakness of our draft. It's nobody actually splits the map and farms in that way. And based off their lineup, I should have tried to pick the most survivable hero I could that does this strategy. This is a little quick insert into what you're currently watching. I said that I should have picked an offlaner based on our draft on the last pick that can kind of just super split lanes and be really elusive and just constantly push lanes. So I just kind of wanted to come back and think about draft-wise, what heroes should I have been considering. Just looking at what was banned and what was not, A lot of heroes were banned. I think something you kind of see I have my normal offlaners here. This isn't super up to date. I mean, this a couple months ago. None of these heroes really come to mind as kind of psycho split pushers, in terms of at least what I play. I think maybe Puck, kind of weird, but I had a Pudge. They don't really have good catch for a Puck. Puck could have been good. Really, and then just play this split push space making style, that could have been good. I think even a Queen of Pain, something that can just split push dangerously and then like maybe even get away and just make space that way. It's like hard to get away against like Monkey Hoodwink, right? But could have been pretty good. I think like a Puck or a Quap. Like what other heroes like elusively split push that are like not banned out this game? Even like a Weaver 3 could have been decent. Yeah, those are kind of, based on what's available in the draft, those are kind of the heroes that are standing out to me. And, like, they're weird, right? You might even say it's, like, kind of greedy, like Puck, Weaver, or Quap. But the sense isn't to, like, play them greedy. It's to fill a very, very important role in a draft of, like, hero that shoves waves, like, semi-safely. The problem with our draft right now, I didn't really like think about this, but like nobody does this job, and it's such an important job, especially a high level Dota. And it like is even more important when you have greedier like other teammates. So, little quick insert. I'll put this into the video and back to whatever you're watching. So, just to like proceed with like how this game goes, like notice that I am just sitting mid, even with times 2, it's like not very fast. Notice I'm just sitting mid, and like notice the mini map. Like my TA is going bottom, my Alex bottom. There's just, because I'm soaking up all this mid farm, there's actually no space, like safe space for my greedy cores to farm. And I'm like taking way too much safe farm this game. It's not way safe because they might just collapse on mid, but it's like safer than what my TA and my Alk are being forced to do based on the way I'm playing. So I think I actually was playing not well based on our lineups, and like we had a bad lineup. That's life. Like that part was not my fault, and like ideally you shouldn't have to do this, but in these games where your team's super greedy, I think the best thing I could be doing is like splitting and like farming the side lanes like a maniac and just shoving them out all the way with my TP off cooldown to like try and escape if I do make space and somehow can get out. A blink can even enable that, although against a monkey and hoodwink it's like really hard to do that safely and live. But I think that's really what I should have been doing. So like there was like a notable example, I think I should have been doing it almost the whole time, but there was a notable example. I think it was like on a respawn after a fight. Was it here? Yeah, it was here. Okay, it was here. And then I respawned. So you're back in the game, and I think here I need to just like run down bottom like a psycho and like just push this out all the way and make space, because instead I like kind of just come back and like I like walk towards the middle of the map, and like we're like grouped, and this just creates zero space on the map for our team. Like I could argue I could go top 2, it's just kind of further away, and T was already kind of up there, so I wouldn't want to run towards him, but I think I should have just ran out of base bottom all the way down with this TP up, right? And if they like try and make a move, I TP back. You know, hopefully it's near a base and I have something to TP to. And instead I just kind of like sit mid, and like this just sets, like, look at how like enclosed we all are, because like nobody's like making side lane space. So it's just something I noticed in this game. Like we like lose it off here. I'm not saying that we would have won, but I think if I had made more space in this game, that would have like maybe dragged it out longer than it did go, and given more safer farm to like the TA or the ALK. So I just wanted to make a video about this, just mostly because I was noticing it and really thinking about it. I was like, man, like I want to remember this for future games. So hopefully making this video will like help me remember this. Like when you have a super greedy lineup and you're like kind of this offline, or even a support can do this depending on like, as long as you can get the lanes out at a somewhat reasonable speed, or even if you can't, right? Like if your team's just like kind of doing a lot of nothing, like don't sit mid and take safe farm when you got greedy cores. Like go take the dangerous farm, even if you're gonna feed doing it. And I didn't do that this game. I just sat mid and took like the safest farm, and you know I thought I was defending, like I wasn't doing it to like grief my cores, but I think I was actually griefing my other cores there. So it's kind of what I learned from this. Really only occurred to me on the rewatch. So you know, maybe go watch your own replays sometimes, guys, and you'll like notice things like this that you really just didn't notice in game at all. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm gonna keep this short. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like my channel, please give it a subscription. If you like the video, give it a like. If you have any questions, I do read the comments, so you know, let me know. And if you want to be coached by me, check the link in the description to my Discord. There's all the information for how to sign up there, and I'll see you in the next video.